Hello everyone, in this series of videos, we'll be learning hosted agents in Microsoft Foundry. To put it simply, hosted agents are just infrastructure for hosting your agentic apps. The applications that you have written with Agent Framework or LangGraph or any of your custom applications with agents. In Microsoft Foundry, there are three types of agents that you can create. We have prompt agents, workflow agents, and hosted agents. Now, hosted agents are now in preview. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Now, if I go into my Foundry portal, as you can see, we have agents. With this option here, I can just name the agent and I can give a prompt to it, and this is going to be a prompt agent. Right now, if I go into workflows, I can create workflows. This is kind of a drag and drop option. This is kind of more advanced version of agents, but they're adding this new feature called hosted agents. This is for even more complicated applications that you build with LangGraph or Agent Framework. It's more flexible, a little bit more complex. Now, if you look at the full landscape, Microsoft ecosystem, they offer many tools, like they have the agents in Microsoft 365. And if you want more low-code option, you can go for the Copilot Studio. Now, Microsoft Foundry is the most technical option out of these three. In AI Foundry, there are these three options, and this is going to be the most technical version of building agents, given mostly for developers to build agents. So that's the key idea. And I want to cover something else. Microsoft has been a platform company from the beginning. And when the trend was to build web apps, they had app services. And when the trend was to build microservices, they had Azure managed Kubernetes. They also released container apps and serverless containers, and they've been providing platforms for creators, for builders, right? And now they're giving you Microsoft Foundry to build agents. And mostly because of the fundamental shift of the nature of software. The nature of software is changing, and Microsoft Foundry is a platform for building agents, right? And one quote from Bill Gates: platform is when the economic value of everybody uses it exceeds the value of the company that creates it. The key takeaway of this is they've been a platform company from the beginning, and it's only logical that they're giving you a platform to build agents, because agents are the future of software. And Microsoft recently renamed AI Foundry to Microsoft Foundry, and I believe that they've dropped the AI intentionally because we don't have to specifically say AI all the time, because those will be the kind of applications that we'll be building in the future. So they just drop the AI and just Microsoft Foundry. And now I'm going back on topic. The definition of an agent has evolved to a point where we can build tooling around it. Now, we know what an agent is. An agent usually has LLM and some instructions and some tools it can use. As the inputs, it can get some natural language inputs, and it outputs some natural language. It could be even real-time speech. So this is the high-level idea of an agent. Since the definition of an agent is clear, people can come up with generalized platform features to host those agents. This is where the hosted agents come in. Hosted agents will manage the execution, the scaling, and the state. You can focus on the logic and the behavior of these agents. So that's the key idea. And in addition to that, hosted agents, they offer a lot of other capabilities as well. Like now, when building agentic applications, so one of the problems that you have to solve over and over again is the conversation history. You have to persist the conversation history somewhere. When you have multiple versions of these agents, right, when you make a change, you have to evaluate it, the observability of those agents. You can add logs to see which tool calls performed by these agents, and which responses it has gotten. And when you have multiple agents working together, what one agent passed to the other agent. Usually you have to do all these things, but with hosted agents, they're giving you all these functionality as a platform. So you don't have to manage the conversation history. It's managed for you. You can evaluate. Its tracing is there. Versioning is there. One of the most important things, and that is identity, is also there. And in addition to identity, enterprise networking is yet to come, but that'll also happen. So I'll be covering all these concepts in detail in upcoming videos, so you can just focus on building the agent. So these things are the things that Microsoft will be managing. So now I'm gonna show you a quick demo to help you get started. This repository will be linked in the description down below. You can just clone it, and then you can just do an ACD up command. So this is the Azure Developer CLI I'm using here. So basically, this is a really simple application. It has all the infrastructure and the small application, a small agentic application, as you can see. It's using Microsoft Agent Framework. It's the most simple application that you can imagine. It's just one agent, just answering questions and about bananas. That's the simplest agent that you can imagine. So this is a small Python application. As you can see in the source file, you have the agent here, and also it provisions the infrastructure. And after cloning it, and you log into your Azure environment, and you can just type AZD up. I'm going to call it this is actually coming directly from the Microsoft documentation, but it didn't work for me, so I had to make some changes. So you can clone it from my repository, and you can pick your Azure subscription if you have multiple subscriptions, and then it'll ask you the region that you want to deploy, East US 2 region. And now what it's going to do, it's going to provision the resources, and it's going to deploy the application. So you can just wait for like 5 to 10 minutes, and you can come back. Your hosted agents will be up and running. As you can see, it has created the resource group and the Foundry account and the AI model, GPT-5. Now, what it's doing is it's creating a container registry. So basically, what it's doing is it's containerizing this application, and it's deploying it to a container registry. And then the hosted agents are using it. And there are a couple of other things as well that you should know, and that is when the agent runs within the Foundry environment, it uses the managed identity that you've given into that environment. So if I go into Microsoft Foundry Hosted Agents page, they are specifically talking about that, the use of managed identity. I'll be covering these concepts in upcoming videos, but just so you understand, this agent identity, the hosted agents that haven't been published to an agent application resource run with the project managed identity. This identity is the system assigned managed identity of your Foundry project. But when you publish a hosted agent, it's going to use a different identity. So basically, it's going to act as a separate resource on Azure. So until it's published, it's going to use the Foundry portal identity. So that's the idea of it. And as you can see, all the infrastructure has been provisioned. Now it's deploying the agent. The deployment is success. I'm going to go into the Azure portal, and as you can see, I have this resource group. The repository that I've shown you, that I've added in the description, it has all the scripts that you need. It'll create the infrastructure, it'll deploy the application as well. So here I'm going to go into the Foundry project. Now this is the Foundry project. I'm going to go into build. In the agent section, you can see my agent, and its type is hosted. If I create an agent here, it'll be a prompt agent. And if I go into that, as you can see, we have the playground here. We can see the version and the agent type and the code asset, and it's linking to the container registry, and its status is running. And as you can see, you can control the min and max replicas and things like that as well. So basically, it's underneath. It's similar to container. And you have the playground. Let me say, let's see whether this works. All right, so as you can see, it works. You have this option here. With this code snippet, you can invoke the agent from a separate application. You can just call the hosted agent from a different UI. And here we can see the log stream of the container as well. You can see the messages are coming in, and as soon as something comes in, you can see these things. It's a simple container log stream. So one of the most important things that you can do here is that you can publish the agent. I'm going to publish this agent. So it can take some time, and once this is published, you can easily connect this agent to, let's say, your Teams or Microsoft 365 Copilot, and that's really an easy thing to do. As you can see, we have the versions as well. So if I just I should probably demo that as well. So if I just go into my code repository, and I'm gonna change the prompt here, you only answer questions about bananas. I'm just gonna remove that, and then I'm gonna do an AZD deploy. Right now, what's going to happen is there will be multiple versions, and you can evaluate them. And if I go into traces, I'm just giving you a high level view of the features that are available here. And if I go into traces, you can see the conversation history. So these are the conversations. I mean, these conversations, they have an ID. I sent this message, and it's given me this response, and all this data will be automatically persisted for you. And you can monitor the performance of these agents. We have the operational metrics and evaluations, scheduled evaluations, and all these things. As you can see, all these metrics are here. Error rate and tool calls, and all these things are visible for you. And we have this AI option. You can ask information about it, and that's a generic feature of Microsoft Foundry. As you can see, it's giving me a lot of options. Right, now if I go into the evaluation section, you can create evaluations, and if I go into traces, as you can see, if I go into evaluations, you can enable these evaluations. As you can see, we have a lot of features here, and if I go back, and since I have deployed the change and I refresh the agent, and if I go into playground, as you can see, we have two options, the published version and the new version. Right now we have options here to compare these two as well. So let's say I'm going to pick the version 2 here, and I'm going to say, who are you? In the second one, I have changed the prompt, so it's gonna act differently. Now this one is giving me a generic response, and this one is talking about bananas, right? So those are the kind of things that it's giving you, and it's giving you all these evaluations as well. So I'll be covering most of these concepts in detail in upcoming videos. So we have a lot to cover as well. So this is basically what I wanted to cover in this video, and this is just a getting started video. I just wanted you to quickly get started. There will be a lot of things to cover about, the hosting adapter and the capability hosts, and there are a lot to cover. And if you have any specific things you want me to cover, you can let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you learned something new today. I will see you with another video like this soon, and thanks for watching.